felt like I saw the trees melting. Like the trees were melting. Like my heart was beating fast. I was breathing hard. I'm like, oh hell no, nah. Like this ain't right. Hey guys and gals, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nia Brene, and today I'm about to be giving y'all this crazy story time about how my dumb ass got high, my mama found out, everything else. This is the crazy story, so go ahead, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, grab everything else, because we about to get into it. Okay, so this story starts off my first day of freshman year in high school. Like this was the first day of freshman year. I was 14 years old. So we're all sitting in class. It's like fourth or fifth period, I want to say. And there's this girl. But the girl, she wasn't just like no random person. She was my friend. Me and this girl, we had been friends for some years. So I knew her. We hung out before type stuff. So she's in class and she's just like, hey, I'm trying to get high. Like I'm trying to get high. Anybody else trying to get high after school? Anybody trying to link up and get high? And me personally, like I had smoked before, but I had never like really gotten like high out of my mind like I did this day. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like I smoked before, I've had good experiences with it before, so you know, why not? Like, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, we can match at the school, we get high, whatever. So she like, all right, cool, bet, I'm gonna just text you, whatever. So fast forward a few hours later, we're out of school and she texts me. She's like, hey, where you at? You know, like I got the weed, I'm at the park, I'm rolling up. Like if you're trying to smoke, you need to hurry up and get to the park. Cause you know, if you smoke before, like when you get that text and say where you at, like you better come your ass right there or you missing the blunt, period. So she texts me and she's like, you know, come smoke. So I'm like, okay, cool. So like I said, she told me to come to the park. So let me get y'all a little background. The park, it's like 2 blocks over from my house. The walk ain't really nowhere. And this park, it was like the ghetto park. Like it was the park all the kids went to do bad shit. Like you wanted to smoke, get high, anything, meet up with your little boyfriend, girlfriend that you ain't supposed to have, you take your ass to the park. So I went to the park all the time. So my mom, when I told her like, hey, I'm finna go to the park, she didn't think much of it because I went to this park with my friends almost every day. So I'm just like, okay, I'm on the way to the park. I come to the park, I get there, she's already rolling up. So I'm like, yeah, get into it, we finna get high, finna get zooted and booted. So I'm there at the park and she's just rolling up. She told me, she's like, yeah, you ready? You ready to smoke, whatever? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So she flames up the blunt, she hits it first, she's just like hitting it, and then she passes it to me. So I start hitting it, and so I'm about to pass it back to her, and she like, nah, hit that shit again, hit that shit again. I'll be acting like no lightweight, hit that shit again. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Not thinking much of it. I'm like, all right, I'm finna hit this motherfucker again. So I do. I hit the blunt again. I keep hitting it. Then I pass it back to her. And then, you know, after we finish the blunt, she looks at me and she's like, man, I'm high as fuck. And I'm like, bitch, me too. And then we look at each other and we just start busting out laughing. Like, we just start dying laughing. I'm like, oh shit, so this is what being high really feels like. Because like I said, I smoked before. Like, okay, I know this is kind of bad. My first time ever smoking weed, I was 12 years old. My first time ever smoking weed. I know that's kind of like bad. It's not good. If y'all want a story time on that, just let me know. But yeah, my first time smoking weed, I was 12. So I had smoked before and I have had like good experiences. I never really had a bad experience smoking. So I didn't expect this time to, you know, really be any different. So back to what I was saying. Me and her, we just start busting out laughing. I'm like, damn, like I must be like really like fucking high right now. So what I remember so vividly was that I had, y'all remember when McDonald's used to have them like, they had like the frozen strawberry lemonade slushies? I had one of those. I just remember my fucking slushie, I just dropped it and it hit the ground. And then I remember when I got up, like the trees, I felt like I saw the trees melting. Like the trees were melting. Like my heart was beating fast. I was breathing hard. I'm like, oh hell no, nah. Like this ain't right. Something ain't right. So I tell her, I'm like, hey, look, like I gotta go. I gotta go home. Cause for some reason, like the first thing I could think about was my mama. Like I'm just like, only person that can help me right now is my mama. Like I didn't want anything in that moment but to be sober. I'm just like, bro, I just want to be sober again. Like, I just want to be fucking sober. Like, I'm too high right now. I'm too high. So I'm telling her, I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go home. I gotta go home. So she like, Nia, what's wrong? Like, where you going? Where you going? I'm like, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. So I start walking, and then I started sprinting. Like, I sprinted home. Like, I ran the fuck home. Like, anybody who saw me, I think they started looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? Because I was literally like running home. And I just felt like I was in a movie. Like, everything felt so surreal. It felt like fake. So I start beating on the door. I'm like banging, 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 banging. I'm like, bro, please let my mama open the door. Like, I had a bag of chips. I dropped it and everything. I'm like, please let my mama open this fucking door. But everything felt so fake. Like, it felt like everything was like pitched against me. So I'm like, I know she's not gonna open this door right now. So I'm just banging like a crazy person. She opens the door. She's like, Nia, what's wrong with you? Like, what happened? This man trying to do something to you? What's wrong? I'm like, open the door, let me in, let me in, let me in. I'm like, you're gonna be so mad at me, but I gotta tell you what happened. I gotta tell you what happened. She's like, what happened? What happened? And I told her, I'm like, yeah, I smoked some weed. Like, I am high. I smoke some weed. I really don't know what to do right now, but I just want to be like, I was hysterical. I was like, I just want to be myself again. I want to feel like myself again. Like, this is not right. This is not right. And my mom, she's just like, okay, like, are you okay? Like, who did you smoke with? Like, did you smoke with somebody that did something to my weed? Now, I'm just tell y'all, like, at this point, by the way that I'm telling y'all that I was acting, y'all probably think that, like, my weed was laced or some shit. At the time, not gonna lie, I fucking thought it was laced too, but now that I'm 18 and I know what I know now, that damn weed was not laced. I just didn't have a tolerance. Because for one, the girl was smoking the weed with me. And if it was laced, she would have been acting crazy too. She wasn't acting crazy. And it's like, I've smoked several times since then. And literally, like, it never fails to this day. Every single time I smoke, I'm the person that's like always like fucked up acting crazy. Everybody else in the session would be like cool, chill, fine, and I'll just be thinking I'm finna die. Like, it just never fails for me. I always start like tweaking out when I get high. I don't know what it is about me. I guess I have a low tolerance. I guess I'm just not really a smoker. I'm more of a drinker. I guess it's not my thing. So I'm just telling my mom, I'm like, no, I don't think she would do that to me. I don't think she would do that to me. So my mom, she's just like, okay, well, you know, like, you just need to lay down, like, calm down type stuff. And so she's like looking up ways for me to like get sober, because I was like tripping at this point. Like, I was screaming, like, I don't fucking die. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna die right now because I need to be sober. I'm just gonna die right now. And my mom, she's like, Nia, stop talking like that. Like, calm down. You don't want to die. You're not gonna die. Just calm down. So I start hugging her. I'm like, Mom, I love you. I love you. I want to die without you. I want to die without you. And then I don't know why my mom did this, but I asked her. I was like, am I gonna die? She was like, I don't know, Nia. I don't know what's gonna happen. So this, I'm like, why would she tell me that? She just told me I wasn't gonna die. Because, like, that just made it worse in the situation. Like, damn, my mama telling me she don't know if I'm gonna die. She should have told me I wasn't gonna die. But she tells me, because my nephew was there. He was a baby at this time. He was looking at me like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with her? He was looking at me like, is she good? So she's like, just hold your nephew. Like, I'm gonna go fix you up a drink. I'm gonna try to make it better. So she gives me my nephew. And I just remember I was looking at him like, bro, whose baby is this? Like, whose baby is this? Like, I was going to another universe. Like, I was fucking off it. So my mom, she's telling me, she's like, look, I really don't know what's wrong with you. So, like, don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. But I just kept, like, dozing off. Like, I ended up going to sleep anyways. And then when I woke back up, my brother was there. And my brother, he wanted to take me to get some tacos. This was, like, maybe, like, 5 hours later, I want to say. And the whole time, like, me and my brother were at the taco restaurant, like, the whole time he was driving to the taco place, like, I could not keep my fucking eyes open. Like, I could not keep my eyes open. Like, I was just, like, dozing off, like, going to sleep. And then when I came home, I was asking my mom, like, at this point, I thought high school was over for me. I'm like, I asked my mom, I was like, am I gonna ever be sober again? Like, is high school, like, is it over for me? Like, am I ever gonna go back to school? Like, this is my freshman year. And I was just apologizing. I was like, you know, like, I feel so bad. Like, I just ruined everything. I just ruined, like, my whole life. Like, bitch, your life ain't ruined. You just high. So my mom, she was telling me, she was like, no, Nia, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody's mad at you. Like, honestly, my mom, she was like, I really do appreciate her for this story, because she was being, like, really cool. She wasn't, like, mad at me. She was trying to, like, you know, like she wasn't really doing too much. She was more so trying to help me and calm me down in the situation. So that night I just go to bed and I wake up, and I remember like I woke up and I was just still fucking high. I just woke up and I just thought about everything, and I was just thinking like, bro, why did I do that? And I started crying. Like I just busted out into tears, like crying. Like at that point I was still high. I was a mess. And then the next day I went to school. I got up and I went back to school, and I was in class. I was still fucking high, bro. Like I couldn't pay attention to anything. Like everything was like, it was not good. Then the next day, 2 days later, my mom took me to the movies. Bitch, I was still high. I was falling asleep during the movie. Like I just like, for like 3 days after that, I just felt like zoned out and tired. So this story is like really how I learned my lesson. And like weed is not my thing. I need to stay away from it, because still to this day, like that's how I am. Like if I take like, say like a cart, if I take like one hit off of a cart, I will be tweaking out and high for like 3 days. But like, you know, like it's good to know your limits and what's good for you and what's not. Like I know that like I'm just not a smoker. Like it's not my thing. I just can't do it. My body can't handle that. So anybody who could smoke on a regular and like do that, like I give props to you, because my body just cannot handle weed for any type of reason. Like I've been trying it for weed now, and still to this day, like my body just cannot handle no weed. Like it just can't. Like it's not my thing. So that's the end of this story. I hope you all enjoy, and if you all want to see any more story times from me, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Nia Renee World period.